A broad area of low pressure is moving across the Philippines today, and it may not be a named storm system, or if it does, it would probably just be a tropical depression via Pagasa. But the thing is, it is increasing instability and scattered showers throughout the weekend and then heading into the early part of next week. And not only this low, but maybe even a secondary low just towards the northern coast of Luzon. And then we got to watch out near Guam for a potential new area. I'm meteorologist Robert Spett. I always do my best to keep you informed and educated on what's going on out here in the tropics. And today, yeah, definitely the number one thing is this tropical wave nearing the east coast of Visayas and over towards southeastern areas of Luzon. But we can already see here on our Friday afternoon, a lot of you were talking about these heavy rain showers. It's actually image over Manila. Yeah, one of these just larger storms flared up during the afternoon. And today, as we go through our Saturday and the Sunday, this same type of setup is going to continue just because of the broad trough of instability here. You get that diurnal slash aka daytime heat. It increases the instability and scattered afternoon showers. So that's going to be one of the big things here on our Saturday and even over towards Sunday. You can see here Sunday afternoon. Look at that. Just our low just off the coast of Mindoro. That increases instability even over towards Palawan. Somebody was asking me yesterday, what about Palawan? Yeah, you're going to get the rainfall too, more than likely Sunday and the Monday. And then this just moves off towards the north Monday and the Tuesday. Not continued showers, but definitely that added instability with the afternoon rainfall. I can't stress that enough. And you can see here the ECMWF even trying to pull up a secondary low just off of the northern coast of Luzon. And let's flip over towards another image of satellite here. You can see over the 6-hour loop just what we're talking about. Now, there is plenty of shear on the northern periphery of this, so that is going to help hinder maybe any significant tropical development, but you still have that tropical wave right in there. And that added shear also creates not only limiting the tropical development, but on the flip side of it, it also increases instability for stronger thunderstorm development. Maybe even a few tornadoes could be mixed in here. Yeah, just because of the vertical layers of the atmosphere with rotation in the atmosphere, that could add up that tornadic threat. So there's just this multitude of different factors to go in with this. You don't need a full-on typhoon to cause problems is my point. And we can even see here with the GFF, or this is the ECMWF, excuse me, the added instability across the Philippines. So let's bounce over towards the GFS, and you can even see as we go out there Wednesday and Thursday, we still have the instability, but also the GFS by the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th trying to spin up this other low towards the northern east. This model has been all over the place on the development of that, though, so I wouldn't be overtly concerned at this time. But it just goes to show we are near the peak of typhoon season, and yeah, there's plenty going on out here. One good thing, though, I can say, at least with this tropical low, is that with another low on its wake, and you have this low here, and then maybe a new low developing there, the energy, as we've seen over the past month, gets dispersed over the West and East Philippine Sea here. And when the energy gets stretched out over such a wide area, you get a lot of these monsoonal gyres. The proof is in the pudding. We've seen it for the last 2 months. I've been saying I want to write a paper on this because the energy is just so diverse. We have very warm sea surface temperatures. We even have like a little weak La Nina in place. But the main thing is the fact that it can't consolidate nor tighten up, and thus we just basically got kind of this widespread area of rainfall. That's nothing to laugh about, though. I mean, we've seen the flooding in Manila. We've seen it across Mindoro. Cebu looked at heavy showers yesterday. Even our friends in Siargao continued onshore flow. Good waves for surfers in the morning, but the afternoon hours, you're looking at those thunderstorms with highs into the lower 30s, lows into the mid-20s. So, I mean, it's still beautiful out there, but then you have to deal with those afternoon and evening rainfalls. And this is just looking around noontime on Sunday as well. Just a broader picture for northern areas of Mindanao, 30. Tacloban's at 30, Cebu at 31 with afternoon showers, same over towards Bacolod. And like I mentioned, into Palawan, you're looking at 31 there with scattered showers. And even if we look back towards north of this low moving off there and another low potentially developing, or at least troughing off of northern Luzon, that means scattered afternoon showers continuing the forecast for a good portion of the northern half of the country. And then we can even look here at Cebu. Sunday and the Monday, Tuesday, you still got scattered showers out there before by midweek the overall threat of the rainfall does begin to slightly taper off. But hey, if you're a surfer, at least for the eastern seaboards and off the northern coasts around, areas of Ilocos Norte, northern areas of Cagayan, you are looking at least some pretty decent swells across those areas. So hey, surfers can be happy, but you have to wait for those afternoon showers, and you could be looking at flooding in some poor drainage areas. So that's going to be some of the big topics we're looking at here over the next few days. By the way, if you guys want to support the channel, I can't stress enough to how important it is. It helps me out, and my goal is to one day do this full time. I don't know if I'll ever make that goal, but it would be nice just to straight up have like a Western Pacific weather channel. That would be the epitome of my dreams. If I won the lottery, I literally would do that. But our Patreon members are the reason why we are able to do this today and put out these updates on the daily. So yeah, today we are definitely watching this big trough, and we're going to continue to keep you posted. I think the key thing is if you are out here, any of these areas I mentioned that would be impacted, make sure you're just taking those proper precautions. You know, don't drive through floodwaters. Be smart. Don't stand under a coconut tree in a high wind. I think that's rule 101. Anyways, hey, I joke, but that is serious. Like, people die from that. All right. And yeah, number one thing, of course, as always on that note, is stay safe out there. Okay, friends? All right. Thanks as always for watching too. All right. Have a good day.